You know what I'm saying? Young Philly and Aitch in a party together. NQ will give Columbia Records UK access to emerging northern talent through NQ's network in the region. Aitch is not irrelevant. This beef is completely fake. Oh, what's a great way to get Americans talking about Aitch? Who is Aitch? Let me go see who Aitch is. Oh, him and Aitch are beefing each other. So Central Cee just dissed Aitch on his new album.
I felt like a prick when I went to the Brits and they gave the award to a guy called Aitch.
Aitch didn't like that, and less than 24 hours later, Aitch responded with a diss track. Now guys, this song is #1 trending. Like, that's absolutely mad. And Man City slapped up Chelsea, so W's in the chat for that. You know, we hate Chelsea, not as much as Arsenal, but we hate Chelsea. But yeah, Aitch is currently #1 trending right now. And I gotta give it to Aitch. The diss track is very, very cold. I think he absolutely bodied Sench, to be honest. It's been over 24 hours and Sench hasn't responded. I mean, why would he respond? Like, my man's got to do streams and that promote his new album that he's just dropped. I'd love to see the predictions where that's going to be projected to finish on the Billboard charts. However, this beef is completely fake. Like, it's orchestrated as hell, but don't get twisted. I'm happy. Like, I want to see these things here, but it's orchestrated. Like, this was planned. When you're at Sench's level and this amount of money is involved, all of these things are planned out. Nothing happens by accident. You plan everything out. I mean, guys, I gave it a day. I let it breathe for a bit, you know, let the controversy build, let people talk about it before I made this video, because rap battles are great for the culture. Like, you know, this is what I'm talking about. I want to see guys rap, you know? Central Cee has said himself multiple times he doesn't care about awards, bro. Least of all the freaking Brits, you know? Like, I was watching Knowledge's video on the Brits, shout out to him. And no Nems is criminal. How Nems is not being nominated for a Brit Award is criminal. It's criminal. Doesn't make any sense. Like, last year, Nems was the only artist going crazy, being hella consistent, and they don't nominate him for the Brits. It's a joke. But let me explain my theory to you guys. So with Aitch, I've kind of seen him more as a personality in these recent years, you know, in recent times. Whereas before, I was just checking for him for his music. Now it's like I see more content from him than I do hear his music nowadays. As you can see here, like 2 years ago, he was getting, look, 90 million views, 6.6 million views, you know, 38 million views, like 2.7 million views, 22 million views. Like Aitch was killing it 2 years ago. He went on a hiatus and he came back with that famous girl that, like, I think it was a sample, this one. Not what your name is, I'm your famous girl. This one didn't do that well. Then he did a song with Luciano, okay. D Block Europe, FWG, not the best, you know what I mean? Like, Aitch is in the process of getting that momentum back. Like, he dropped this song 8 days ago, H Boo, you know. Like, Aitch has probably got a project coming. Aitch got to get that momentum back. Now, we know Central Cee doesn't give a shit about awards, especially with the image he portrays in his rap. Like the nonchalant, oh, I don't care, it doesn't matter. Think I care if my album charts, I can retire right now. You know, these, and I quote from Central Cee. There's no previous, we ain't heard nothing behind the scenes previous these man having issues. We ain't heard none of that. And we ain't seen nothing previously with these man having issues. Aitch is not irrelevant, but Aitch is not anywhere near Sench's level in terms of relevancy. He's just not. But Aitch has not gone irrelevant because Aitch has been doing the content thing. But take a look at who he was linked up with. My man was linking up with Young Philly. You know what I mean? Linking up with Young Philly. He don't want that there. You know what I'm saying? Young Philly and Aitch in a party together. Young Philly calling Aitch disgusting. Aitch has kind of been forced to leave the content thing alone to stay away from that, to keep as far away from that as possible. And it makes sense. You can't have your name attached to that, you know? You would think these men were friends, you know? You'd think these men were good friends, you know? That's what it looked like. So Aitch, so you and Sench ain't got no problems. It does not make any sense for Central Cee to beef you. You don't give a damn about the Brit Awards, and something like this happening to Aitch right now would be perfect to get him back into music. The timing is great for Aitch, you know? Great for Aitch. Oh, but why would Central Cee do that? Why would it be orchestrated? Why? Why would he? Let's answer the question. Let's do a little bit of diving. And guys, this is all a theory and this is just what I think. I could be wrong. I don't know any of these men in person. So guys, I'm not even going to say much. I'm just going to show you, all right? Aitch has released the diss track on Spotify. Infinitum Music. Exclusive license to NQ Records. Now, keywords. Infinitum Music, NQ Records. Can't Rush Greatness. You guys already know who gave Central Cee the £25 million deal. Columbia Records, a division of Sony Music Entertainment. Now, we've actually spoken about NQ Records before. We've spoken about them before. We've looked at the guys who work there. We know they're linked up with Universal. So we found this article actually. NQ Records strikes partnership with Columbia Records UK and The Orchard. Now, if you guys don't know, The Orchard is owned by Sony. Aitch is releasing music with NQ Records. NQ will give Columbia Columbia Records UK access to emerging northern talent through NQ's network in the region. The artists brought forward will then receive the support of Columbia Records UK in producing, recording, and marketing their music. Meanwhile, according to the announcement, NQ artists will also gain access to the Orchard suite of services and global network. NQ was established by Michael Adex. Yeah, big up to him. Crazy, you know, done big moves. It feels like a no-brainer and a great way to open our artists to international markets. I mean, guys, they pretty much just said it there. Central Cee, this is a big moment for UK rap in America. The founder of NQ, Michael, said it's a great way for NQ's artists to gain access to international markets. Oh, what's a great way to get Americans talking about Aitch, or have Americans who are, or to have Americans who are already messing with Central Cee, a UK artist, to question who is Aitch? Let me go see who Aitch is. Oh, him and Aitch are beefing each other. Oh, Aitch can actually rap. Aitch got bars. This Aitch guy's hard. Let me go listen to this Aitch guy. It's a no-brainer to me. This beef is orchestrated. This wasn't by mistake. You know, the beef is orchestrated. All right? Yeah, so guys, I think this beef is fake. Orchestrated. Too many things, you know. If I was to bet money on it, bro, I'd bet every single penny I have on this being orchestrated, bro, because it just makes sense. And guys, I will have no doubts with my theory if we see the streamers like Academics, Blackboy Max talking about this beef. Because Sony are huge. Remember, in this music industry, there's only the big three: Warner, Sony, Universal. And if you watch my video about Krypton Conan's shop opening, you'll realize that all of these labels, they're owned by the same people who all own each other, and they all own Spotify as well, and these companies own it. Everything's owned, everything's connected nowadays, you know? It's happening in every industry, every market. It's getting kind of scary now. But if I see the streamers covering this beef, then I will know for a fact that this was all orchestrated. Because that will bring attention onto Aitch. Aitch's diss track is very, very cold. It's too good for this all to be a coincidence. And what is the number one way to market nowadays? In the US market, it is streamers. Streamers are running the thing right now. In that article I read you, what did Columbia Records say they would help NQ with? Marketing. Specifically, it said marketing. Now, if you guys remember the video we did about Dig That not long ago, we looked at how Bouncer made the Lil TJ collab happen. How Bouncer got Dig That to collab with Lil TJ. Columbia UK and Columbia America are very linked. They can make things happen. So if Columbia America has deals or good relationships with the streamers out there, what makes you think that Columbia UK isn't gonna call up their friends across the pond and say, hey, you reckon you could do this for us? They'll make it happen. Bouncer got Dig That, a Lil TJ feature, and he said it was just a phone call that made it happen. Again, this is all a theory. I could be very, very wrong. If we take a look at the UK market, as I said, the big three: Warner, Sony, Universal. Universal's been doing their thing with Colin Baxter. So Mr. EGA, they distribute for a lot of artists in the UK. So I think this is Sony's way of having their slice of the UK market. And it seems like Sony is the one that's trying to take this sound to the USA. But remember, behind the scenes, these conglomerates all own it. Everyone has a piece of the pie in every single label. It's all owned by everyone. You know, it's a mess. So Sony taking this sound to America helps the other three. That is, you know, it's just a whole mess, you know. But if you get what I'm saying, you get what I'm saying. Because that will open the door for other UK artists to go there. And you might be wondering, well, you said two, you said there's three. What about Warner? So it's the same website. In 2022, Warner teamed up with BlackRock. BlackRock has given them $750 million to invest in music. They want to acquire music. Look at this. BlackRock currently has over 10 trillion assets under management. 10 trillion, bruv. So 750 million is absolutely nothing to them. Like, when companies like BlackRock and all these big conglomerates invest, they're not looking to innovate, change, do anything. They're looking for the lowest risk, safest option, because they're investment firms. They're asset management companies. They want something that has consistent returns, little to no risk. That is their bread and butter. Now, I'm not going to expose this, but there is a company that is backed by Warner that they're trying to hide behind shields, but I see it now. I see which company it was that are buying up people's catalogs in the UK. Now, this is a if you know, you know type of thing. Like, any artist, anyone, like, you know exactly what company I'm talking about. It's Warner behind that. So that is how Warner is getting their slice of the pie of the UK market. So you're not hearing about Warner, you're not seeing Warner, but Warner behind the scenes, they're buying up all the catalog of music. They're buying it up. At the end of the day, guys, we all love music, but it's a business. It's just about the money. Everything is about the money these days. We're in late stage capitalism. If it's not making money, it's not happening. If you're confused about anything, you're questioning anything, simply follow the money and you'll answer your question. But yeah, that's why I haven't really been talking about this beef, because from as soon as I heard that diss, I kind of knew straight away, like, okay, this is orchestrated. How's this happened? You know, and I knew these things in my head, but I've just shown you guys the proof, you know, the evidence that backs my claim, okay? Anyway, guys, do you think this beef is orchestrated? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below. Am I reaching? Am I just an overthinking autistic kid who needs to go outside and touch grass? I don't know. Ask Billy the Goat. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.